Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about modeling with linear functions. So for this first video, we're going to talk about writing an equation of a line. There are three different ways that we can write an equation of a line just based on the information given to us. The first is if we're given the slope m and the y-intercept b, we can automatically write the equation of a line using slope-intercept form. And if you recall from back in Algebra 1, that is y is equal to mx plus b. So m is your slope, b is your y-intercept. And remember, y-intercept is just where the line crosses the y-axis. The second way is if we're given the slope m and a point x1, y1, we can use point slope form. And that is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So here we're given our slope m and then just some random point on the line x1, y1. And then the third way is when we're given 2 points x1, y1 and x1, y2, we can first use the slope formula to find m. And remember, that is that m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and then use point slope form with either given point. And so basically from here, after we find the slope, we would just use what we do in number 2. So let's go ahead and go through some examples of using this. Okay, so looking at number 1, it says that m equals -1/2 and b equals 4. So here I'm given my slope, I'm given my y-intercept, so I can automatically use number 1. And so that says that y is equal to mx plus b. So I'm just going to plug in -1/2 for m and 4 for b to get that y is equal to -1/2 x plus 4. Okay, number 2, I have m equals 2/3 and I'm given the point -9, -2. So here I'm given the slope and a point. So I'm going to use method 2. I'm using point slope form. So I'm going to go ahead and label my point. So I have -9, -2. The x value is always first, so that means that x1 is going to be -9 and y1 is going to be -2. And I'm going to use the formula y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. And I'm going to plug in all of my information into here. So my m is equal to 2/3. My y1 is -2. My x1 is -9. So I get y minus -2 is equal to 2/3 times x minus -9. And now from here, I'm going to go ahead and simplify out so that I get back to slope-intercept form. Here, when I subtract a negative, it becomes a positive, so I really have y plus 2 is equal to 2/3 times x plus 9. Next, I can distribute that 2/3. And when I do that, I get 2/3 x plus 2/3 times 9. Well, 2 times 9, I get 18. 18 divided by 3, I get 6. And then lastly, to get y by itself, I'm just going to subtract 2 from both sides. So I get that y is equal to 2/3 x plus 4. Okay, looking at number 3, it's very similar to number 2. I'm given the slope and I'm given a point. So I can go ahead and use my point slope form. I'm going to first label my points. So I have x1 is equal to 3. y1 is equal to -1. My point slope form is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. And then plugging in all from my information, I get y minus -1 is equal to 5, which is my m, and x minus x1, which is 3. When I subtract negative, it becomes positive, so this becomes y plus 1 is equal to 5 times x, which is 5x, and 5 times negative 3, which is negative 15. And then lastly, I can subtract that 1 from both sides. And so I get that y is equal to 5x minus 16. Okay, now for number 4 and number 5, I am given 2 points. So this is going to require 2 different steps. I need to first find my slope, and then secondly, I'm going to do the same process that we did for number 2 and number 3. So I'm going to first find my slope, and so I'm going to label both of these points. So I'm going to have my first point be x1, y1, and my second point be x2, y2. And I'm going to use the slope formula, which is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now I'm going to fill that out. My y2 is negative 2, so I have negative 2 minus y1, which is 2, over x2, which is 3, minus x1, which is 1. Negative 2 minus 2, I get negative 4. 3 minus 1, I get 2. And so simplifying that out, negative 4 divided by 2, I get negative 2. Now from here, I'm going to use my point slope form. So I have that m equals negative 2. We just found that. And then I'm going to choose either one of these points. I'm just going to go ahead and choose my first one. And now I'm going to plug that into my point slope form. So I get y minus y1, which is 2, is equal to m, which is negative 2, times x minus x1, which is 1. Negative 2 times x, I get negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 1, I get plus 2. And then adding 2 to both sides, we get that y is equal to negative 2x plus 4. Okay, looking at one last one, I have the 2 points 4, negative 2, and 8, 4. I'm going to first label my points as x1, y1, and x2, y2. Finding my slope, I know that's going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 is 4 minus y1, which is negative 2, over x2, which is 8, minus x1, which is 4. 4 minus negative 2, I get 6. 8 minus 4, I get 4. And simplifying that out, I get that m is equal to 3/2. Okay, go ahead and pause the video. I want you to finish out this problem and find the equation of the line. When you think you have it, go ahead and press play. So the answer you should have gotten here is that y is equal to 3/2 x minus 8. Here I chose the point 8, 4, so I chose the second point this time. It doesn't matter which point you choose to put in the formula. In the end, you should end up with the same answer.